Thank you.
Hello, hi, I'm Ed Gogol. You're Bonnie Kammer.
Right.
And tell us about yourself.
Well, what can I tell you? I'm approaching my 85th birthday. I have been in Chicago for about 4 years. I came because of a medical health heart situation. And I came because 3 of my 5 children live here. And one of them is in the medical profession. And she didn't expect a roommate, but she got a mother as a roommate. And in terms of Hemlock or Compassion Choices, I came into this program because in the late 70s, my mother, who was not very old at the time, passed away. But before kind of we allowed her to pass away, we did what in retrospect made me uncomfortable. And we did it because, frankly, we come from an Orthodox Jewish background. And my father, who's the most lovable human being in the world and well respected in the community, kept saying, if there's life, there's hope. And also in the mid-70s, and we bought into it with him, if a doctor says, that was the closest thing to God telling you what to do. And in retrospect, after my mother passed away with almost no part of her body intact, I really thought about how we didn't help her. We didn't make her life better. In my mind, in retrospect, we tortured her. And as it turned out, within a year or two, the Hemlock Society came to the community we lived in Madison, Wisconsin. And I knew people who called me. I'm not even sure why it all happened. But anyway, it happened. And I was thrilled because I thought, my gosh, there's a whole group that's thinking about this, that's doing all this, that there's smart people that I knew that were part of it. And so I started to go to the meetings, and that was probably in the early 80s. So what is that, like 35 years ago or more? And I learned that, you don't have to be resuscitated. You have some choices at the end of life, and that's just for me. I'm not talking about anybody else. But for me, that gives me great comfort because I don't think that I never liked suffering in anything when I was living, and I sure don't think it's a great way to go to the end. And so I'm personally just delighted, frankly, this kind of group exists that I could learn from and realize that, for instance, I didn't know until I learned it, and that's only been in the last year, that a patient could refuse to take medication. I didn't know that. I figured, again, the doctor says, the doctor prescribes, and therefore, you're obligated to do it. So I don't know what else you'd like to know, but that's kind of how I came to this group, and I'm thrilled, absolutely thrilled with the fact that it exists, and I only really wish that the movement could go faster and that it could be available to more people. And on the other hand, I have learned a little just in happenstance and social conversation that there are many people to whom talking about death is a forbidden topic. They don't want to hear about it. If I try to say anything. So I've learned to be very careful when I talk in terms of people I don't know. But that doesn't change my opinion for me. Because I'm delighted this exists. I don't know what else I might tell you.
Thank you so much, Bonnie.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, and thank you so much for being the leader and the advanced person in this group, making it possible for people like myself to participate. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.